If
Okay, they heard me.
shield sphere is assigned as a blocker, put a -1, -0 counter on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Phyrexian Colossus, 7 for an 8/8, doesn't untap during your untap step. Pay 8 to untap, can't be blocked. And Anger, which gives everybody haste, as long as you control a mountain.
Yep.
And then another interaction is Sobo's Web, which is lands with an activated ability, don't untap. And Welder is a draw engine.
Yep.
All right, we'll see what's going to go on. Thanks for the little rundown.
Just about 3 minutes left as well in the predict poll happening in chat right now. Make sure you vote for which deck you think will win this match. Don't miss
So
your
Evan's going to
opportunity.
start it off with a Birds of Paradise, and Jason's going to start it off with the Rebel
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant.
Yep, the Sergeant. Um, Birds of Paradise. The ideal ramp spell, right?
Yeah, Bolt the Bird, right?
Yep.
That's going to be followed up by a Wall of Blossoms. And using the Wall of Blossoms mana to play birds.
Yep.
Or not the Wall of Blossoms mana, the birds mana to play another birds. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah. I didn't even notice your error. Um, oh, hey, what's up, Kurt Ape? Kurt Ape in the chat. Played Premodern with us before on stream.
Awesome.
He's a
Are you
Premodern.
disappointed not to see any orangutans in these lists?
No gorillas or orangutans now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tanglewire is going to get mana leaked. So that's
okay.
early Tanglewire. Turn
Yep.
3. And that follow-up is Binthorn Elves, it looks
Yep.
like, maybe?
Findorn Elves. Yep. A fetch land happening.
I know, so weird. We've got Flooded Strands and Wooded Foothills.
Yep.
Here's Lynn Civy on the Rebel side. Evan definitely did a okay to that. That he's nervous.
Yeah. As I was saying during the break, Evan. So we would be jamming Legacy at my local shop, but Evan was in there just jamming Premodern with a couple other Premodern enthusiasts. So
Nice.
um, definitely the most versed Premodern player I know, maybe besides MTG banding.
Mm-hmm. Got 3 mana tapped, including the bird down back with the lands. Bold move. But I guess if it's not going to be able to block or anything like that.
Counting now and dropping. Oh, what's that? Is that Tanglewire? Oh, that is Tanglewire. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, it's got the counters on it. Okay.
Yep. Um, so now tapping 4 is rough for Jason.
Yeah.
Jason was
But
saying
Jason
during the
might
break.
be.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Jason's got to tap it and activate Lynn Civy.
True. Yeah. I was just gonna say Jason was saying during the break. I love me some Tanglewire, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Oh, did that predicting end? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 64% now say counter rebels.
Okay.
A little bit more split than last time.
Oh, but my little vote icon didn't show up this time when I chatted. I must have not properly voted.
Oh, I see it. You predicted TNT, right?
Okay, came up this time. Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
MTG banning voted TNT as well. So maybe you're right.
Yeah.
All right, Enlightened Tutor
There's
here.
the Enlightened Tutor.
Gold border Enlightened Tutor. I like that.
Well, you're not going to show up to too many pre-modern tournaments anytime soon, so no biggie on that.
Yeah, I think a lot of pre-modern tournaments also allow gold border, like it's officially
Okay,
legal or whatever.
nice. Looks like
Not
that's
frowned
going to
upon.
go survival of the fittest.
Yep. Does help get some cheaper Gaia's cradles and whatnot, allowing gold border for pre-modern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been clarifying that Lin Civi is a 1-3 in terms of its power and toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these rebels, they're the small beats for sure. The whip quarter having an ability and being a 2-2 for 2 is just positively overpowered for these types of creatures.
Yeah. Um, gold border cards are legal in monthly. Yeah. So Kurt Ape in the chat,
Okay.
everybody organizes some pre-modern tournaments on a regular basis via webcam. If you're interested in playing pre-modern, uh, I don't know, Kurt Ape, where should they go? And but keep in mind there are no links in the chat, but feel free to tell people what to do if they want to join. All right, survival of the fittest comes down.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Evan has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana currently, but with Tanglewire on 3, he'll have to decide what to tap during his next turn.
Yep.
The
Fantastic.
Premodern Monthly is getting 106 players from 15 countries. That is awesome. That's a great turnout.
Yeah, they do a lot of people.
Do you guys organize that over Discord or MTG Melee?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I
Looks
think it's
like
through
an
Discord.
anger is hitting the bin. Yeah.
Oh, is that anger? Yeah.
And survival is going to be activated again to get a goblin welder.
Yep. Goblin Welder. Yep. Um. So now Goblin Welder has another Tangle Wire in the yard. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
looks
just keep
like it.
cycling those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how relevant they
Critic
are
says it's
anymore.
organized through a Facebook page. Awesome. Pre-modern online play.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, many of my New York friends are participating in those events every month, so I know they're
Awesome.
much enjoyed by pre-modern players.
I think in formats like this, where I don't have that nostalgia feature,
Hmm.
I'm gonna, in order to get me involved in these types of formats, I would have to find a deck first that I'm really excited to play. And those are decks I always say that I like losing with.
Yeah.
And the two I was looking at were definitely a survival. I had two from that website that you were showing me.
Hmm.
What decks have you played in pre-modern?
I've played Landstill. I've
Of course.
played I played Reanimator. Very
Hmm.
similar to the one that, which is why I was knowledgeable about what cards are usually in the deck. The one that
Okay.
Kaplan was playing the previous round. I play. There was another one, but I forgot. And tonight, depending on where we are on time, I might play a round 4 and have goblins. So that should be fun.
Nice.
Pre-modern
Yeah,
goblins.
I was looking at Recurring Survival
Hmm.
was one deck that I thought was neat, and The Rock, which, is a classic archetype that I thought could be fun too.
Right, right. Oh, I also have all the cards for Dead Guy L, but I never used it. Like I
Yeah.
actually put the deck together and just never used it. But
Okay.
yeah.
And then for all those pre-modern people in chat, I was looking at decks that were common in pre-modern, and I think this is an old deck name.
Hmm.
It's it's spelled Sligh, which I feel like could be pronounced about a billion different ways.
Sly, yeah.
It's Sly? Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely Sly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like
That's
Sloth,
another one you were looking at?
Slay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like It's basically like mono red aggro or like burn with a
Hmm.
lot of creatures in it.
Yeah.
Someone in chat who has better memory than me, why is it called Sly again? Where did the name Sly came from? Was it a player's name?
I don't know. I googled it and it just said it's a magic deck.
Yeah, but
So
I
I'd love to
forgot
know.
off the top of my head where Sly comes from. One of you historians in chat, can you help me out here?
Mm-hmm.
The
It's the
last name of
last
the guy
name
who
of a
played
guy
it.
who
Okay,
played it.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Nice. Jacob Sly.
Oh, and then there was the other guy. What was his name? Full English Breakfast, right? That was the other guy's name.
Yes. Somebody in my chat, so in between rounds yesterday for the tournament, I was like looking at pre-modern stuff and they were saying they would do full English breakfast, which
Oh,
is
really?
basically
That's funny.
yeah, everything but the kitchen sink deck.
Yeah,
Thought that looked fun.
that deck is wacky.
So Evan's gonna go for survival. 13 1 drops, 9 2 drops, 3 3 drops, 4 3 drops. It's gonna pitch Triskelion, which is a card I was saying yesterday that I feel like is a card that we keep trying to break in Magic, but we can't quite get there.
Not anymore. There was a time.
Yeah,
Um,
that did have a combo.
uh, I don't know if it was like a
I think
game-ending
you're right,
combo, but a value
actually.
combo for sure.
Yeah, I guess my formats that I play haven't seen it so much lately. Combos with Phyrexian Devourer. Hey, that's legal in Premodern.
Yep, it is.
It's like a triangle with a mouse. The art.
By the way, did you
I
get
read
the
a lot of
predicting?
cards.
Did you get the predicting right or wrong last round?
Wrong. And
Oh, okay.
so
People who got it
I don't
right,
know.
did you get anything? Did anything happen? Let me know. This is my first time using this feature today. I'm curious.
Yeah. Goblin Welder is going to go for Triskelion and it's going to get rid of Tanglewire. And Triskelion is going to get rid of, oh, one of the rebels. Maybe the Ripcorder.
Whip quarter down. Yep. Whip quarter is down. Triskelion. Goblin Welder, Triskelion, Tanglewire is just brutal.
Yep. And then it's going to go back. We got Tanglewire, it looks like, back on the battlefield.
Yep.
And Triskelion back in the graveyard.
Yep. Jason needs some ley lines of the void.
Yeah. Phyrexian Colossus is being discarded to Survival of the Fittest, and it looks like that is going to be the big guy, Crescent Tusker.
Yep. Crescent Tusker is here. Hello, Perfy. Yeah, you're late. It's okay. We'll dock your pay. By the way, I'm pointing the wrong way. We are so close, so painfully close to 1,000 followers on
Wow.
90s MTG here on Twitch. If you're not already following us, hit the follow button and get us there. Overfloat Factor, thanks you for the follow and thank you for following directions. Appreciate you. Get us to 1,000. I want those 4 digits.
Yeah.
All right.
Lincivi's going to
Lincivi's
tap for
activated.
5.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's going to be getting
Gristlebrand? No.
the Sky Marshal.
Sky Marshal. Okay, that's way more boring. What about Reanimator? Would you play Reanimator in this format, or is it just too different?
I
Like the
like to,
Reanimator
I
targets are just
mean,
not the same.
I would say I like to play different archetypes in different formats, but I
Mm-hmm.
generally don't play blue, as you know. So I already have my Reanimator deck, my very efficient Reanimator deck.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I wouldn't play it in this. I
Okay.
would maybe consider something with a Buried Alive or a Recurring Nightmare, but not with the traditional build.
That sounds fun. Yeah. I want to do something that you
Foily
can't do in
Crescent
Legacy.
Tusker. Right, exactly. Now that mountain will be relevant when anger comes back.
Yes. Well, now that Anger's in the yard, everything just has haste now. If he
Or
plays a
yeah,
mountain. Yeah.
I did not realize that Anger was in the yard already, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, we're still in game one here.
Oh, great. Here's a squee coming back at the upkeep.
Yep. Oh, the
Well,
clock
then
has been
that's.
frozen this whole time?
Oh, yeah. 21:05. Look at
Oh
that.
crap. No, damn it, now it reset. Hold on. Let me figure out what time we started. Started around 45, 15.
Okay. And it looks like with the Anger in the yard and an activation of Survival of the Fittest, discarding Squee, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin Welder is going to come out onto the battlefield. That's going to be able to be activated right away because of Anger in the yard. And let's see what he gets.
Yep. Phyrexian Colossus is in play. That's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Do
I
people play
am
this
a little
card at all?
pixelated. I
It's a
didn't know it. I can say that much.
okay. It's before your time. But do people play Phyrexian Colossus and Commander at all? This card just does. This card just seems like garbage compared to stuff options we have now.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take a Mirror Battlesphere.
Yeah. I think I'd even just rather have like a Mirror Enforcer. At least you could play it for free.
All right, here's the Triskelion.
All right, Triskelion. Triskellion's basically going to machine gun all these creatures over time, I think. I think that's where we are.
I think so. Korean Ranger is going to untap the Goblin Welder.
Mm-hmm.
And going to bring Triskelion back. Ping for 3. Yeah, I would say this is Triskelion doing its thing.
I think two in the chat said it best. Pre-modern beaters are hot garbage compared to modern big
It's
guns. Yeah, like
yeah.
Primeval Titan would need to be banned in this format, and like all the big
Yeah.
mana cost creatures of modern
hmm
Brand, they would just be ridiculous.
I have actually never seen that old Triskelion art before.
Oh, it's a funny
So
one.
like weird robot with the googly eyes.
Yep.
Life totals? That's a good question.
I think Jason has
Triskelion
himself at two,
has
right?
been, yeah,
Yeah.
2 to
Yeah.
coming in for 4 in the air on Jason's side.
Yep. Hi, Side Norna. How's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for the reminder. Squee's gonna come back out of the yard. Squee is like, he's so, it seems useless. I always think I look at Squee and I'm like, this is useless. But then
Mm,
decks like Manaless Dredge, and then we're seeing it here, absolutely rely on it
it's a
to,
combo card, yeah.
power its engine.
Yep.
We have huge shops and lots of events, and we can go to dozens of different FNMs within 20 miles or whatever it is, um,
Right, right.
or within 20 minutes, really. And we've said in the past, like, it must be so difficult to be a Magic player in like Louisville or, even Syracuse, where I went to school, because there's just not that many people and not as many events. Like, what if you want to play Vintage or Legacy in these smaller areas?
Yeah.
But now we know webcam magic, so you can still do it.
Yeah, yeah. And
Also proves how much we all hate MTGO.
yeah, I just don't even have it
Sorry.
installed. But everybody that plays MTGO, I feel you. Like you want to jam, I get it, but I
Yeah.
can't do
I
it.
mean, I do. I played
Yeah,
it three
you do.
days in a
Yeah,
row,
exactly.
just been. That is
Um,
a Swords of Plowshare on the bird. So we're plowing the bird instead of bolting the bird.
yeah, Swordsing the Bird. Yep. Um, Sidnorn is saying the first GP will be the biggest GP ever.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
I know, like crazy. We were actually considering going to the Bologna Legacy
hmm
GP in Italy because we just really want that format to be supported by WotC,
yeah,
and it would be awesome.
hmm
Excuse to go on a vacation and all of that, but you know, you'll
yep.
see us at the next double Modern Legacy Vegas GP for sure.
Wow, yeah, I forgot those even existed. It's like been off my mind for so long, but
Hmm.
yeah, I should have like a choose prediction outcome thing in chat for when is the next Magic Fest
We'll
gonna
just
be,
wait
but
for months.
I would
Yeah.
never be able to like give you guys the channel points for your predictions. But
Yeah, Evan's been slowed down significantly by losing that birds. He did follow up with a wall of blossoms, but no ramp.
yeah,
What is it off the edge of the map for you? Is that a mom up there? Yeah, it's a mom up there for
yeah, it's a bit cut off. Um,
Jason. We can see it though.
it's okay. Yeah. Um, let me know, chat, if you have a prediction, by the way, for when the next Magic Fest will be scheduled. But
Hmm.
I was gonna say, and I talked about this on a previous stream, and I got a lot of YouTube comments about it. People just giving their thoughts on it. Um, after after COVID is over and we're back to paper events again, will the amount of players in the world that play Legacy be significantly lower because people had to sell their collections to relocate, or unfortunately, some people are going to be in a position where they're selling their decks to pay the bills right now. I mean, these are realities. Is
Absolutely.
Legacy? I know we're not playing Legacy tonight, but we usually play Legacy on this channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, is Legacy going to be damaged by COVID and unable to for events to fire? I'm worried about that. How do you feel?
Well, I have a couple of initial thoughts, which, just initial reactions. I wonder if there were a significant number of people who sold their decks back to stores specifically, that would affect the market value of these cards to
hmm
lower them because of increased supply.
hmm
I don't imagine there were that many people who, I hope, of course, there were not that many people who had to sell their decks back so that they would increase the supply and lower the prices. But I think that might be the only thing that might be able to get those folks back in because this is going to be a long recovery
Yeah,
where they're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go spend a couple grand or however much it ends up being to get my deck back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worried
I
about
think
that.
players, I don't think they're going to move on to anything else. It just might take longer to recover.
Yeah. Um. I don't know. I don't know. I I feel
Any
like
comments
if
from the YouTube comments?
what's that?
Anything from YouTube to pass on that you thought was of note?
Um.
Ooh,
No, not
defense.
off the top of my head, but in general, people just discussing, what is the solution to that, whatever. And the reason it came up too is because I was talking about in a previous stream, um, removing the reserve list from Legacy to bring down the cost of the format, make it more accessible, whatever. And I know, uh,
I'm saying that that is simply a different format. It's too
yeah,
different. It
yeah,
has too large of an impact.
yeah, but it would make it more affordable. And maybe post COVID, maybe I'm not pretending by in any way that I have all the answers to everything, but maybe it would make uh, Legacy come back really strong. But again, that's changing it into something entirely different for most people, and a lot of people who own beta duels that they love to play with or whatever are going to be disappointed. And I get it. I get it. But um, those are
As
concerns I have.
play from Evan right there, he led off with the defense grid, which was
Mhm.
able to bait out the counter spell and followed it up with a survival of the fittest.
I like that. Yeah.
And that survival of the fittest is going to pitch a Triskelion to the yard, and I would imagine it's going to get a Goblin Welder. This
Actually
deck.
gets Squee.
Oh, it gets Squee.
Yeah.
Maybe Welder in hand.
I don't know what if he has any other cards in hand right now. Oh, he must. Yeah, I see cards face down. But Squee allows him to just keep survivaling over and over, so he'll be able to tutor up whatever he
That's
wants.
true. Yeah. Nice. Original Squee art was also something I was not familiar with. He has this huge cape on. It's like, all right, different than the Squee I know.
Yeah, for sure. Is that Squee on Survival of the Fittest art, by the way, or is that just a generic goblin? Does anybody know? I
He's
don't know.
green. Is Squee?
He looks like Squee, kind of.
He is green. Well,
All
that would
right.
be interesting. If that was Squee on Survival of the Fittest, I never thought of that. I think it's just a generic goblin, though.
I think so, yeah. All right, he twos up Anger now. Discards Anger. This might get out of hand.
For sure. I do like the idea of this format to be, when possible, playing with the cards original printing or
Yeah,
printing was made between 95 and 2003.
yeah. My
I'm not
deck for tonight,
sure.
if I play it, we'll see where we are on time when this ends. But um, I have modern borders of most cards in the deck, just because they're the copies I happen to have, and I
Of
do
course.
like that that's allowed in pre-modern. Um, I think
Here's the
that's. Oh, here's Goblin Welder. Okay, we're in business. Perfy's just a generic goblin.
All right, Goblin Welder is going to get plowed, but ooh, no mana to activate it because it does have haste.
Ah, that's rough.
That is Shield Spear. Almost went with the wrong pronunciation. On the
Yeah.
battlefield.
Oh, cool. What game are you playing, Perfy? Very curious to know. I do play other games occasionally. Do you play any other card games, Catherine?
I was just thinking about that. No, no. We do play Munch. We had a phase where we played like Munchkin a bunch, but that's not really a card game.
Oh, it's sort of a card
Ice
game, yeah.
Shards?
Weiss Schwartz? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it.
Black Knowing?
What's your favorite TCG side, Norna? Later MTG banning. TCG based on anime. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. Never heard of it.
I just don't recognize the first word. The second word is definitely black in German.
Of which?
Weißschwarz
Oh, okay. I'm not
is
familiar with that at all.
black.
Shadow Fist. Wow. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
But it's like white black. Vice is white. I forgot. I don't know why I remembered white, but or black, but not white. Oh, that's old. Haven't done that in a while. Okay.
All right, here's Triskelion. It's going to start machine
And,
gunning people now.
yep. Lin Civi is the first target.
That makes sense.
The thought of designing a TCG is just crazy overwhelming to me. but I
Yeah.
know a lot of people who are Magic players or people use Magic as a basis to make new, um, make new games.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Over the years, I've played a bunch of other card games. Especially back in the '90s, I played all the different card games that were around at the time. I wish
Yeah,
there were too many card games at that time.
yeah.
Um,
I actually play Pokemon. I did collect Pokemon cards.
okay.
Really have anything of value. I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh because the text is too small. Not interested.
Yeah, I never played Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, I played Yu-Gi-Oh one time, but yeah, I didn't get into Yu-Gi-Oh. But um, there are games though that are very different than Magic
Okay.
that uh, made for really fun experiences.
All right, Tangle Wire on the battlefield for Evan. Feels like he might have hit the critical mass of cards and doesn't really need to resolve spells anymore. So that's going to be tough for Jason.
Yeah, it seems like. Let me check life totals again. Okay, Evans at 16 or no 14, 14. I was gonna say Evan is just gonna be able to welder Triskelion forever now, right?
Yep, and the Tangle Wire whenever
Yep,
needed.
yep,
That anger in the yard and the squee in the yard.
yep.
Yep. So that's going to be a Triskelion.
Tutoring again. This time for was that Shield Sphere? Yeah, Shield Sphere.
Yeah.
Getting dangerously close to 1,000 followers here on Twitch. Jam that follow button and get us there. By January. By January, I want to be at 1,000. How's that sound? Does that sound
Nice.
doable to you?
Yeah, for sure. Kyrian Ranger on. Hey, thanks. Is the Tim.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome.
Lynn Civi's gone.
Yeah. Welder now going to okay, maybe not.
Yeah, that's enough for Jason. He's good.
All right, let's change the players. Should I
That's
play
great.
another round?